So you've been hitting the gym for like a month or two and all of a sudden you stop seeing progress. Here is what you can do about that. What's up guys, Clive here from Physio Fitness and welcome back to another video. Today we're going to be talking about the different ways you can do something called progressive overloading. Now, regardless of whatever form of training you do, whether it's flexibility training, weight loss and endurance training, everyone gets to a certain point where they stop seeing results and it feels like your training has plateaued. This is because your cells tend to adapt to the stress that you've been subjecting them to. So at this point, you need to subject your cells to a higher form of stress so that they continue to adapt and in that way continue to improve. Finding these new adaptations for your cells is like finding new mountains to climb and new thresholds to reach, and there are so many ways you can do that, and that's what we're going to talk about today. Now before we go on, please remember to subscribe if you like my content. It really does help the channel. So the first way to progressively overload we're going to talk about is by increasing the volume of your workout. And there are three ways to do this. The first is by the use of weight, or rather increasing weights. So let's say you are doing 5 reps by 5 sets of a particular weight this week. By the next week, all you need to do is increase the amount of weight that you are using to do that exact same workout. Now, another way you can do this is by increasing the number of reps for that workout. So let's use our hypothetical example of 5 reps by 5 sets. As you progress into the next week and the upper week, you can go 7 reps by 5 sets, and then at the upper week, you can go 10 reps by the same 5 sets using the exact same weight. Then the third way that you can progressively overload with volume is by increasing the number of sets. So in this example of going 5 by 5, you can choose to go 5 reps by 7 sets, and then progressively you can go 5 reps by 10 sets. Now, increasing volume has been proven to work particularly in those looking to train muscle hypertrophy. Now, another way to progressively overload is by increasing the efficiency of the workout. And one of the ways you can do this is by simply slowing down. So if you are taking 1 second to go up and another 1 second to come down in a workout, you can simply go 4 seconds down and 4 seconds up. Now, this is basically like training positives separate from training negatives. And I talked about this in detail on my video on how to start body weight workout at home. So if you haven't seen that video, you might want to check it out. I'll leave a link to it in the description of this video. Anyways, what you want to do is train positives which involve you going against gravity, or train negatives which involve you going towards gravity. In this way, you stress your muscles a lot more. Another way you can even do this is by having a slight pause when you get to the contraction part of the workout. So for example, if you are doing pull-ups, when you pull yourself up, you hold for a second before you come down. Or if you are doing squats, as soon as you squat down, you hold for a second and then you come back up. And then another way is even by adding pauses, which are small movements at the end of the workout. So you can do squat pauses, you can do bench press pauses, and this applies to almost any workout that involves body weight or free weights. Now, the next way to train efficiency is by increasing your range of motion. So let's say that at your present squat level, you squat to about a 90 degree. So to increase your range of motion, all you need to do is go deeper. This is particularly helpful for people that are into flexibility and mobility training. And then a third way to increase efficiency is by going past your range of motion. This can be accomplished by trying to add an extra height or an extra level for your muscles and joints to pass. You can do this by using stuff like a platform for an exercise like push-up, for example. To complete a full range of motion for push-up, you are going all the way from your chest and pushing out and locking your hands. But to go past your range of motion, you can have elevated platforms on both hands with a space for your chest to go beyond floor level. You can also do this for exercises like squats and even weighted exercises. The important thing is going past the range that you would normally do. And that is how you can progressively overload by increasing efficiency. Another great way to progressively overload is by increasing the density of your workout sets. This is done by altering the rest periods in order to accomplish more work in the same amount of time or the same amount of work in even less time. So you are thinking about stuff like high intensity interval training that compresses a number of workouts into a very short time. So let's say you've got about 5 minutes to work with, and in that 5 minutes you want to hit 5 different exercises. You can start off by doing 30 seconds on the exercise with another 30 seconds rest in between for all 5 of them. And then you can progress by doing 45 seconds on each workout with a 15 seconds rest in between. So progressively, you can just be reducing the rest time while leaving the same amount of workouts and accomplishing all of this in the same 5 minutes. This is particularly helpful for those looking to burn fat and build endurance. Now, another great way to progressively overload is by increasing your power or speed used in doing a particular workout or movement. This is done to generate a lot more force in that muscle being worked. And you can accomplish this by using plyometric exercises or explosive type workouts. Now, I did a video on an explosive lower body workout routine. You can check that out in the description of this video, or you're going to see it floating around this corner. So this type of training is mostly used by athletes that do sports like football or basketball, sports that require that instant burst of energy. Also keep in mind that plyometric exercises should not be done so often during a week, as it can easily tend to lead to injury. Now, another great way to progressively overload is by trying to train past failure, and this can be accomplished using different kinds of sets and circuits in your training. So if you are doing weight training, for example, you can try the pyramid set, you can try drop sets, where you start off with a particular weight doing the exact same workouts, and then for every single set, you reduce the weight by a certain percentage up to the bottom. This tends to help muscle hypertrophy. So it's great for those who are looking to do strength training and build muscle. And now the last but definitely not the least way to progressively overload is by increasing the frequency of your workouts. This is done to increase the overall volume of your workout every single week. Now, there are a number of ways you can do this. One way is by, instead of working one muscle group per session, you want to have closely related muscle groups in each session. So you can work back and chest in one session, and then you can work abs and legs in another session. You can also do this by having an upper body, lower body split, where you work the muscles of the upper body in one workout and lower body in another workout. You can also do this by having push day separate from pull day, where you do pulling exercises here and then another day you do pushing exercises. So there are a good number of ways that you can increase your total volume of workout for a particular week and thereby increasing your frequency. But keep in mind that you must allow yourself to have considerable amount of rest during this period of training so that your muscles can actually grow. Now, a little while back, I dropped a 6-day full body bodybuilding workout program, particularly meant to increase the frequency at which you train every single major muscle group in a week. So if you're someone looking to sustainably build muscle, you should check out that series. I will leave a link to the playlist in the description of this video, and you will also find it floating up around here. Now there you have it, guys, the different ways you can progressively overload in order to meet your training goals. Now keep in mind that different training goals match different training types, and different training types obviously match different ways to progressively overload. So it's like a triangle, and you need to know exactly what you are training for before you can start having a particular training type and obviously a different way to progressively overload that training. And certain types of progressive overloading doesn't really work for certain kinds of training. For example, if you are going to increase power and output in a particular workout, you are not going to be doing that for flexibility and mobility. If you are thinking about improving flexibility and mobility, you are going to be thinking about increasing range of motion. You are going to be thinking about going past range of motion. So different training types will obviously match different needs. Now, because this boils down to individual training needs and goals, Physio Fitness now has a range of different training programs specific for different training goals. Whether you're trying to build strength and increase muscle hypertrophy, whether you're trying to burn fat and increase endurance, or whether you're trying to build basic level calisthenics all the way up to advanced. These programs are designed to progressively overload every single week for a period of a month. So if you're interested in having a sustainable program you can follow every single week to continuously see results in your training and your training goals, be sure to register with us. Link will be in the description of this video. So that's it for today, guys. Please remember to give this video a thumbs up, subscribe if you haven't already, and let me know in the comment section what are your specific training goals. I would love to hear about them. So I will see you guys next week. Stay fit, stay healthy, mad love. Peace.